What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 25th day of June, and here we are at about $2.18. 21 hours and 16 minutes left in the day. We had a nice move up over the past couple of days, 7% on the 23rd there, a little bit, 1.4% yesterday. Nice reaction off the oversold zone. Can it persist? Will it persist? That's the questions that we want to answer, right? And I think it will. But before it does, don't be sad if we do see some kind of higher low. We find support at prior areas of support here, okay? We very well could do that. It's very typical to find some volatility. We might even do that today. Go down here, and then by the end of the day, we're still moving back up. You know what I mean? Just because we move down doesn't mean it has to be a red day. But let's go over the short-term time frames and see what's going on. We might just keep carrying on, moving up higher. XRP has been consolidating for a very long time. Since December 2nd, we've just been in this consolidation phase. You've got some pent-up bullish aggression ready to let loose. Whatever you do let loose, you're going to tear right through that roof and see new all-time highs, and it's going to be fantastic, man. So let's just see. You know, we're moments away from that. Days, weeks. We're very, very close to doing that, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this. $2.18 now. RSI is getting overbought, coming down. You're getting lower lows in the RSI while promoting higher lows in the price. That's bullish. That's what you call hidden bullish divergence. It's not a bad look at all. You do have some bearish divergence, though, in all honesty. And that bearish divergence it is, let's see, actually you have 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence. That is triple bearish divergence, which would call for a move down to about $2.16. So you're at 218.5 right now. You're going to move all the way down to $2.16. It's really not that big of a deal. How much of a move is that? Like 1% to the downside. You might do that by the time you watch this video. You might already be down there, and then by the end of the day, you'll continue to move up higher. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I was just talking to my wife real quick. Moving down like this and then moving back up by the end of the day, I really wouldn't be surprised if that happened at all. Looking at the RSI, you definitely could go lower. You absolutely could see lower readings, down around the 40, something like that. Configure yourself and then get back into the overbought zone either by the end of today or sometime tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Very positive reaction is what we're looking for. I mean, here when you found your low, it was like 3 hours later. You know, you literally saw your low, you moved down Monday and then moved up all in the same day, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if we did that same thing here. We're looking for support around the 40, okay? I doubt you get oversold, but even if you get oversold, even if you go a little bit lower than what I'm calling for, and by the way, I wouldn't say that this is what I'm calling for. That's where the bearish divergence formed, but likely you will go a little bit below there. You'll probably find support right there, like $2.13, so a little bit lower actually than this target area that we were talking about. Because it's very common to go just below where the divergence forms. So I would expect that you do go just a little bit lower than that, and then from there recover. Whether it's by the end of today or sometime tomorrow that you're above the current price doesn't really matter to me. It's going to happen. We look at the 4 hour time frame here. You are rejecting the overbought zone, $2.18, something like that. If we're looking at this from a high to a low, going just wicking below the golden ratio. I mean, hell, man, maybe you go all the way down to $2.11, and that's okay, right? Consolidate here, bounce off the 0.5, continue to move up higher. Very common stuff. And then with that, the way that I have it drawn, it would likely be Thursday that you're at higher prices than you are now. But going into the end of the week, we should be at 223, 228, 246, higher than that. I think that by the end of this month, we should be at prices that are at least around 260, 265, if not going up to $3 or more by the end of the month. I don't like the reaction we're having on the 4 hour RSI right now, in all honesty. I don't like that we're rejecting the overbought zone, but that's okay. I'm actually kind of curious. What's the crypto sentiment like right now? The bullish, the fear greed index. Let's see. Oh, hold on. 48 neutral. So we're back at neutral. We were in levels of fear, but we're at neutral areas right now, and that's fine. One second, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Let's see. My daughter's just crying, and yeah. I'm not gonna get into personal stuff, but she's okay. My wife's taking care of her, but let's see. Yeah, the fact that we're up here, we're still not too greedy, which is nice to see. I don't know, maybe you heard it there, but the fact that we rejected the overbought zone is not what I like to see. The fact that we're doing this and we're not greedy is good, though. That is good, right? If we were rejecting this and we were in moments of greed, I'd be a little bit more concerned. Sorry, I got a little bit off track there. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see today pull back a little bit. This is more. This is confirming more with the idea that we're seeing in the 1 hour that we do pull back. But again, nothing too crazy. $2.11, $2.13, somewhere around there. We're at $2.19 now. Lower high, yes, but we're looking for a little bit of something different than what we've seen before, right? Something like this. We want a little consolidation, although we don't want to move down, right? We don't want to move up and then move down. We don't want these ups and downs. We want a little bit of consolidation. We want to consolidate in this area, something like that. Hold up in this area, show that we're not just rejecting down, and that would likely lead to a breakout sometime, maybe not today, but tomorrow. And then going into the end of the week, once we break out of here, we'll also be breaking out of this lower high trend that we've got going on, right? We'll be breaking out of that, and that should cascade us to higher prices, not just by the end of this end of this week, but going into July as well. We should be seeing dramatically higher prices. I didn't know I was on the 3-day time frame. I thought I was on the 1 day. I kind of like that 3-day time frame. It makes this, it kind of cleans it up a little bit. Looking at the 3-day RSI, we're turning this around a little bit. You were overbought coming down, finding some support here, curving those lows. It's nice to see. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, right? But you can see what I'm going for, something like that. It's a nice rounded bottom on the RSI. I would expect, again, the short-term stuff looks momentarily bearish, but the 3-day time frame here suggests that the weeks to come are going to be bullish. It'll probably be mid-July. It'd probably be mid-July that we're in the overbought zone, so at which case perhaps it is mid-July that we're breaking out of this consolidation phase as a whole. And if that's the case, which I guess maybe I'm kind of expecting at this point in time, it just depends. It depends. The weekly RSI and the 3-day, when we're in the overbought zone, I would think that is what leads us to breaking out of this overall consolidation phase. And just the way that we've got it going on here, I really wouldn't be surprised if it was middle of July that we were in the overbought zone for the 3-day RSI, and then in turn the weekly RSI as well. And if that happens, we would likely see our new all-time high areas being achieved, full maturity of this next phase up being achieved sometime not in July, but in August. And it's very possible. I've started to come around to that thought, not just for XRP, but for Bitcoin and various other cryptos as well. So pushing the dates back, it's okay, man. It's okay. Really, actually pushing the date back for a bullish prediction is really, really good. Unless you're leverage trading, right? It's really, really or options trading. It's really nice whenever you have more time to accumulate, because then, right, imagine if you were to make the move here, you were to go all the way up to like $12, right? And it was February that you were at $12, right? That's nice. It's gratifying. That's immediate gratification. We love that. But whenever you have all this extra time, you go to work, you get your check, I don't know, you make some good crypto trades, hopefully no bad crypto trades. You have more time to accumulate is the point. So when you get here inevitably, sure, it's at a later date. It's not as immediately gratifying, but then at that point, you'll actually have more profits because you've been able to accumulate. So, and then on top of that too, you get rid of all the weak hands. All this time here, anybody, all the tourists, as I like to call them, the people that are just here for the pump and they're not here for the boring times, they've all sold out. They'll come back once the pump starts happening. They'll be part of the liquidity that pushes you up. They'll be FOMO buying as they did here, right? The tourists. And then it also gives the strong hands, people with conviction, the opportunity to suck up that supply, which again, just is a perfect formula for setting this thing through the roof. And I really do believe, just looking at this here, kind of like I was talking about on the shorter term time frame, where you moved up, you found immaculate resistance, you moved up, you found immaculate resistance. Here, I would expect that you're going to consolidate, or not that you're going to consolidate. I would expect that because you've consolidated, that you would see an immaculate move to the upside, something different, right? You're doing something different here, so I think different results are more than called for at this point in time. My expectation from a high to a low would be that we go all the way up to about 1356, just below there, just above there, something in that area. That's what I'm looking for. Probably not by the end of July at this point, guys. It might actually be sometime in August. So, but if it happens in July, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This thing can move up very, very fast. But if it happened in August, I wouldn't be surprised either. Bitcoin took a little pause. This pause was longer than anticipated. But this alt season that's brewing, it's going to be very, very bullish. and I think it's going to be more robust than anything we've seen so far this cycle. So it's very likely that this next move is, again, more robust, stronger than the last move here. This was nice. That was a test run. We're going to get the real deal here pretty soon. It's going to take us up to phenomenal prices. By the end of the cycle, I think XRP will be at phenomenally higher prices, not just $13, but something probably that's, let's see if I can get it. Why won't it let me here? Hold on. Damn, man. Come on. Get it right down there. Something that's around, $27. I don't even think $27 sounds right, man, honestly. XRP is going to do like a 30x or more. Yeah, we're looking at, right here, 67 to 70 bucks. That's what we're doing by the. I don't think we'll hit $100. Maybe we could, but that'd be like the maximum. I think $70 makes a lot of sense by the end of the cycle. But we'll see. You never know, man. You never know. Crazy, crazy things could happen. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted with my brain there, but I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.